Gracia incomparable. Eso es...
Beauty of grace is what you mean.
Beauty of grace. Yes, we did the song in Spanish and in English.
That's true. And Beauty of Grace is the English version. Because Incomparable Grace doesn't really sound that good.
It didn't rhyme very well. But this was a good song because we started it in English and we were able to get some really great theology into it. So that was awesome. But this song we did it with a feature, and she is Evaluna Montaner, which we met in Buenos Aires in Argentina. And then 2 months later went to Miami. She's from Miami, and we got to record this song, and it was super fun. We did the video the same day, and you see there I am producing the whole song.
Right.
I did everything.
Right. Yeah, you're like at the soundboard.
I'm at the console.
You're like touching stuff.
I'm touching the faders. I'm doing the tap to transient. I EQ'd the velocity of the...
now you're just making it up. But
the velocity of the reverb, and so do you know how to do that? If you push F8 and you do Control-Alt-Delete, that's how you can just.
That's how you erase everything.
That's how you master songs. So
yeah, sure. That's why the song came out so great.
Yeah, that was how the song came out. But this was cool because we did this in the studio where I know that they mixed or mastered one of John Mayer's albums.
Do you remember the name of the studio?
No, but I have it in my contacts, and I also met Andy, the guy who did the video.
Yeah, I was going to say the video.
Who was super cool. This was great. We had a ton of fun.
The quality of the video is probably...
It was like light years ahead of everything else we had done.
If you look at the day this video released and you see the videos
Around it, yes. Yes, this is called Investment.
Yeah.
This is an investment.
That was called.
Yeah. But yeah, so this was super fun, and the song in in Spanish did really well.
Right.
And I think that was due to how great I looked in the. Okay, maybe really it was Evaluna.
Right, I think so.
I would just say I look a little taller in the video thanks to her. She's fun sized, so like a Snickers fun size, like a little tinier, but she's super cool and has an amazing heart. But this video, like, if you look at the top 10 videos we have on YouTube, like 7 or 8 or 9 or 10 of them are with girls. So I think there's like
a thing.
It's like a thing, yeah. Because like the girls like it. They're like, oh, the girls are so pretty, and then all the guys are like, oh, the girls are also pretty. And so when I'm alone, I guess maybe
maybe you lack.
I maybe
the pretty.
lack the yes.
Right.
The glow.
That might be
the
it.
Glow. They say like when you like work out, like guys sweat and girls glow or glisten.
Oh,
glisten. So, yeah, but this song was super fun, and
Sean did a great job.
Sean Cook produced it. He's produced, and he's there in the back. You can barely see him.
He's got the famous
backwards hat on. You can see in all of our videos, but yeah, that was I don't have that guitar anymore.
The mini.
The little, yeah.
It's good that you don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
Didn't sound very great.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for telling me now.
Especially
live.
Thanks
for telling me now, man.
But yeah, one last thing I would like to say. When we would sing the song live, it's just like you hear people sing it. It's like they know every single word. And even when we would kind of transition to the English part, because we would usually do it in Spanish, but it's an incredible song. Good job.
Thanks, man. Gosh,
high five. Thanks. You missed it.
It's a nice thing you said. So we don't sing a lot of music in English. A lot of songs in English.
No,
but we speak English.
Yes.
We speak a lot of English between each other, but these podcasts have been in Spanish, which you were mentioning was a little interesting.
Right, because I have this thing where I'm like kind of just used to speaking in English with you.
Sí.
Right? So it's just like weird to, hey, let's just speak in Spanish.
It is a little weird. And that was really hard for me when I was learning Spanish because nobody who spoke both wanted to speak English with me.
Yeah.
So I would have to go and force people. But that was this song, Beauty of Grace, we did in Spanish, and it's Gracia Incomparable, but Incomparable Grace didn't fit, and so we had to change it a little bit.
Doesn't sound as like pretty.
Yeah, Beauty of Grace was also like I wanted my parents to be able to like hear some of my music and understand it.
Yeah.
Because there was a before and after when my dad would always tell me, "Oh man, your songs are so great, you're so talented, so good." I started singing in Spanish, and it all went away. And he's like, "Yeah, the music's cool," and he would never comment on the lyrics or anything. And I realized that was because it was all in Spanish, but it kind of hurt my ego a little bit. So,
but hopefully this helped.
Yeah, this was great. This song we've never even performed it in English.
No,
I've done like the chorus, but Beauty of Grace, the Spanish version, has been one of the most successful songs we've ever done, if not the most successful original. And so singing with Evaluna, again, was so amazing. She added so much to it. Her voice is incredible. But I wrote it, and knowing that she was going to sing it, so I tried to like fit it with her voice and everything.
Right.
But the idea of it when we started talking in the chorus, that who am I, so undeserving, but you say that I'm worthy. You died and took my place as the beauty of grace. In Spanish, again, it says that it's unjust. That it's like it's this cosmic justice that I don't deserve to be in God's presence. That Romans 3:23 says that. I'm thinking in Spanish. Cada uno de nosotros fuimos destituidos de la gloria de Dios. That we all fall short of the glory of God, and so. In this, we see that God has done something crazy where he's the judge, but he's also the one that has vindicated us.
Right.
And that was so crazy to me that to try to put that in a song, and like that's one of my favorite phrases in Spanish, to say that, yo sé que no es justo. I know that it's not just, but you love me. And
that's right.
So that was really cool. And another part of the song too that I was talking about in Spanish at all the concerts is that I talked about like a bicycle.
Yeah.
And so I'm a cyclist. You're a cyclist now.
Yes.
How does it feel?
Amateur, but cyclist.
But welcome to the club.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a deep black hole of money. That's all. It is designed to take all your money, but it's super fun. And so, but I remember when I was a kid, my dad gave me a guitar. He gave me a bike and a guitar.
Yeah.
Different times. But when he gave me the bike, when I was like 5 years old or whatever, I learned he was teaching me how to ride the bike. But he'd probably spent all night like putting it together. And in the morning, like it was Christmas morning or something.
Yeah.
And then I took the bike and went to the street in front of our house and I started riding. He's teaching me how to ride the bike. I never asked him, how did you pay for this?
Yeah.
On a pastor's salary? How did you? There's a crisis, an economic crisis. There's look at Walmart, Wall Street. Look at everything that's happening right now. I never asked that because that would be absurd for a child to ask his parent how they paid for a bike on Christmas Day, and that is how I kind of envision or I see God's grace, is that in salvation, is that like, what am I supposed to do with it? Because a lot of us, we want skin in the game. We want to say, okay, God, you sent your son, but I want part of this. I want to say that I did it. And we think that we can justify our actions with works, and say, okay, but if we could just tip the scale enough, then God will love me. I mean, have you ever lived with that, like that pressure on you?
Yeah, absolutely. I think in a lot of times, in our own works, like we absolutely do not deserve to be in God's good graces. We are not good enough. Yes, that's true. But through Jesus, he changed the game. He completely changed it all, because through him, we are able to receive all of those things and more. And it's like, 2 Corinthians 9:8 says this, and God is able to make all grace abound toward you, that you, always having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance for every good work. And that's the incredible thing about grace. It says God is able to make all grace, everything that encompasses grace, abound towards you, towards me, that us, having all sufficiency in all things, may have an abundance of grace for every good work.
Okay, but I want to know, have you, in the 27 years of your life, almost 28, have you carried things that don't belong to you?
Absolutely. 100%. There's been so many things, things of like acceptance with other people, or, wanting to feel wanted by this or by that, or, hey, I want to be this person's friend.
You're a pastor's kid.
Right.
So you had to walk the line.
Right. And I mean, it was...
Or mom, you're also Hispanic, so your mom would throw a sandal at you if you didn't walk the line.
Yeah, I got pretty good at ducking those. But I mean, even in all of those things, understanding how grace works and how it's given to us freely, and something that, like the song says, it's not just, it's not right. According to the law, according to this, that's not what I deserve. But because of Jesus, all of it comes down to that. Because of Jesus, we have grace. Because of Jesus, we have salvation. Because of Jesus, we're able to abound in grace and have abundance for every good work, for every single thing that we need to do. And that is the beauty of grace.
There you go. Oh, I remember that Marcos Witt and I were talking one time, and he's one of our mentors, an amazing man of God that has changed the landscape of Latin America, Spanish Christian music. And if you've ever been into a church in the last 30 years, you've probably heard his music.
Yeah.
And
at least one song.
Yes, and he's amazing. But he was kind of coaching me because I am not from Latin America, and so you've helped me understand church culture in Mexico, down to Argentina, to Spain, because there are some things that are different. And I remember he was emphasizing the just grace, because he was explaining to me from history of the colonization, et cetera, that there was this appearance that people wanted to have, just from the Spanish culture, and how they believed that they had to do works, that they had to do well enough, or they had to pay penance. And that's something that, like, when I'm talking about these cargas, when I'm talking about this weight, is believing that God is angry with me.
I remember even talking about having to pay penance, going to places in Latin America where we would see people literally walking up to these churches up on a hill. Not walking, they were on their knees, because that was their price to pay to receive forgiveness, and I'm not talking about a little hill of half a mile.
Dragging
themselves, basically, destroying their bodies physically to achieve forgiveness, to achieve grace, to receive this one thing for all of the bad things that they had done and things like that. And whereas that's not what we are offered.
No, that's just why Jesus came to pay for our sins. And so that is why I think the song has been so has had such a big impact in Latin America in Spanish, because to say that there's nothing I can do, that I like, what God wants more than anything is not that I drag myself up a hill, is that I could be like a kid. That I could, like in the song, it starts out like, tell me the greatest of love stories, when you fell for me. That God from the beginning, that he would say, I formed you in the womb, that I've loved you since the beginning of time, and I knew you before you even existed. And then to say, this grace I've given you is a freedom that you can know me, that you can, it's this bicycle, I want you to use it, not to try and pay for it. And so that to me was like, it might be something really simple, but to me, it gives me a way to understand, what am I to do with his love and with his grace. I am not to sit and say, God, I can never pay this back, then I can't do anything. I'm going to say, I can't pay it back, but I'm going to ride my bike.
Yeah.
And so, to everybody listening, I'm so glad that you can hear this song, because I think that much more than just our artistic ability or recording or careers or anything, I think the song really captures the essence of our faith, which is to say that Jesus paid it all, that there's nothing I can do and to pay him back, and he's not asking that. So we're so glad that you guys can listen to this song, and we also want to invite you, if you don't know Jesus or you are a believer and you want to grow in your faith, you can visit TWR360.org and you can get more information. And also you can come to one of our events. You can also follow us on social media, and we hope to see you at one of our concerts.
See you soon.
Tell me the greatest of love stories, the one when you fell for me and it cost you everything. Tell me the dreams that you have for me, secrets and all of the mysteries, what grace and love mean mercy. How far is the measure of your love? Can my heart ever get enough? Oh my God, love that I can't fathom. You came and paid my ransom when you conquered my grave. Who am I? So undeserving, but you say that I am worthy. You died and took my place. That's the beauty of grace. Oh, tell me, I wanna hear your voice, piercing through all of the noise, reaching deep into my soul. Tell me, when your son was on that cross and the weight of the world on his heart, was he thinking of me? Oh, how far is the measure of your love? Can my heart ever get enough? Oh my God, love that I can't fathom. You came and paid my ransom when you conquered my grave. Who am I? Love undeserving, but you see that I am worthy. Died and took my place. That's the beauty of grace. Oh, how far is the measure of your love? Can't my heart ever get enough? How far, how wide, how deep, how strong can my heart ever get enough? Oh my God, love that I can't fathom. You came and paid my ransom when you conquered my grave. Who am I? Love undeserving, you see that I am worthy. You died and took my place. That's the beauty of grace. Whoa, the beauty of grace. Oh, the beauty of grace.
This has been TWR360 Presents The Soul of a Song with Evan Craft. For more Bible-based programs in 70-plus languages, go to TWR360.org to search by topics and ministries. And share TWR360 on your mobile device to share God's love with others in their native heart languages, anytime, anywhere. TWR360 is faith for your world.